You are now listening to Playbook Radio. Here is your host, Martin Williams.
And thank you for tuning in to Playbook Radio. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. All the links to the podcast can be found at gameplanplaybook.com. That's gameplanplaybook.com. So today what I wanted to talk to you about is deleting the corrupt files out of your mind. And if you know anything about computer programming, and I know very little about computer programming, I know a little more about website development and things like that. But computer programming, there's a series of files that the computer executes in order for the computer to work the way that it's meant to work. But our mind is the original computer, So if you're not executing at the level that you want to be executing, you should take a look at the files that are currently in your mind and what you're executing on. If you want to know what's currently in your mind, then just look at your results, because your results are a direct correlation to what you've been executing for the last 4 or 5 years, probably even longer than that. And that's hard for some people. It's hard for people to be honest with themselves and honest with their results and honest with the way that life is going for them right now. I think most people want to believe that they're doing better than they actually are. And that's in no way a value judgment, but sometimes we just need someone to keep it real with us, right? And it's good to be honest with yourself and honest with your results. If your results are not where they want to be, then you've got to look at, what am I mentally executing on? And this is why I say consistently that we cannot consistently outperform our dominant mental programming, because you're executing on the files that are currently in your mind. So if you have bad files, just like in a computer, if you have a corrupt file, the computer's not going to work, or it's not going to work the way that it's supposed to. It's going to be slow. It's going to be, in some way underperforming, right? Some programs won't work because of those corrupt files. So, I could give a lot of examples, but I know that in my life, whenever I feel like I'm not doing things in the way that I should be doing them, or, I feel like I'm underperforming, or I'm not executing at the level that I should be, I start feeling, down on myself. And that's a corrupt file, right? I start feeling less of myself because I don't have a good self-concept. And, we rise and fall to the level of our self-concept. So that thought, that negative thought, is a corrupt file. And so my mental computer, my mind, is executing on that corrupt file. So whenever I try to do something that's going to make my life better, let's say I want to get a new job, I want to get out of debt, I want to get a new car, I want to make some sort of life improvement, what's going to happen is that as soon as I begin to execute, there's going to be some sort of problem. There's going to be some sort of, breakdown somewhere along the process, because that mental file, that corrupt file, is still active in my mind, right? And it doesn't really matter what the origin or how it got there. Just like if a computer virus entered into your computer, God forbid, but if it did, right, you don't care where it came from. You basically just want to get it out of your computer and then protect your computer from it happening again, okay? And in the same way, you want to get that corrupt file out of your mind as soon as possible, okay? In the computer world, you got to get rid of that file. You got to delete it, which means you got to go into the hard drive, find the corrupt file, and delete that file. And hopefully, you install, some sort of virus protection or malware protection so that file won't come back. But in your mind, it's the same way. You basically have to go into your mind and pull up every negative thought on any subject, any area of your life. If you consistently have breakdowns in your relationships, pull up all negative thoughts about relationships, okay? Pull up all negative thoughts about finances if you're having financial trouble. Pull up all negative thoughts about work. Pull up all negative thoughts about any part of your life where you're having a struggle. Because until you do that, you're going to continue having those problems, right? And you may have like 1,000 negative thoughts about money a day, okay? So your hard drive is getting flooded with these negative thoughts. And like I said, you got to uproot all of those thoughts. You have to do a mass deletion of those thoughts. And then forbid the mind to, consume or assimilate any more negative thoughts about money or finances or financial success or financial abundance, right? So you protect your mind from even thinking about that again, okay? And you got to be vigilant about this. You have to be very alert about, if there's any time that you're struggling in any way, right? Struggling to finish, struggling to get started, struggling to keep going, when things don't seem to be working, right? You got to go into your mind and then uproot every thought that you have that's negative or contrary to your complete and total success in any area. And when you do that, you're going to start seeing better results, better performance, better execution, because you're no longer being slowed down by that mental virus, that mental corrupt file that so many people deal with, but, never do anything about. Now you know better, and now you can do better. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to Playbook Radio. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this podcast with family and friends. And if you're ready to take the next step in your personal development journey, consider trying Mental Recoding by Playbook Strategies. These short audios are designed to help you reprogram your thoughts around different life subjects, such as finances, health, work, relationships, and much more. Click the link below to explore mental recoding products to help reshape your mind.